New tool. So I think in every season, I've made a reference to needing this tool. I think at least a couple episodes I've been like, man, if I had a blah blah blah, I'd sure be able to get this done much easier. Or if I had a blah 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 blah, this would be a much easier process. So I finally bought the blah blah blah. Let's get it out and see what it actually is. Bubble wrap, that's what I needed if I only had bubble wrap. Oh, American Beauty tools. Yeah, that's right. Resistance soldering iron. Alright, so it's time to try this little unit out. Full disclosure, I did test it out on a piece of scrap. Came out pretty decent, so basically like I'm a full-on expert at this now. Just kidding, I'm not. So let's go. I'm trying out another product as well. This is a flux paste. Probably not going to use it for everything that I do, but in spots like this where I want the solder to be on the joint, I think it might be applicable. Again, it's not a product I've used before. I'm just trying it out now. So hopefully it works out pretty well.
Ooh, voiceover time. Alright, so in order for this unit to work, there has to be a connection between the negative and the positive. If the two pieces of metal aren't touching, it's not going to heat up. So in this attempt, absolutely nothing happened. Let's see what happens in the next attempt.
Let's see what we got here. Ooh, there we go. Lights. Heats both parts up. And should be melting the solder here shortly. Yeah, so I think this is too big of a piece for the little probe tips here, so I'm going to try out the other component and see how that works.
Alright, so this component comprises of a cable that acts as the negative, and then the handheld probe, which is the positive, and you can see it heats up the tip, and then heats up the two pieces of metal and gets everything nice and soldered together. I apologize in advance. The next couple scenes are pretty blurry. In fact, it ended up ruining quite a few scenes that I was going to put in this video, so it's a little bit shorter. This is a piece that I'm going to be applying the flux paste in between, or the solder paste in between, and then I'll be putting it into a wooden vise and heating it up to basically sandwich the two pieces together, and then they'll be able to be applied to the frame. I'll do a little cleanup work, and let's show you how it turned out.
Alright, the frame is finished. Let's go over how it was made. So in the last episode you guys saw that I cut these side frame pieces out on the CNC machine. Then I built this little spacer for the back. I'll show you how that locks onto the donor model. Then here on the bottom is where the center pin will mount. This was cut out of two pieces. Originally had intended for three pieces, but it would have been too thick. So I ended up going with two pieces. And it locks in here on the side. I was able to cut a tab in. And then we have the top ones, or the top plates. If you notice, the bottom one is shaped a bit round with the frame, then the top one has a bit of a ledge that sticks over. That is true to the full-scale model. And then come right here to the front, we have the support brace. There's a couple holes in here. The reason for those, we get the pointy thing here. So the drive shaft that connects the front differential would run through here. This is for various hoses and wires. And then these two cut-ins in the side are for the hydraulics, for the articulated steering, so that when it steers, it has a place to drop into. But that is it complete. I think it came out pretty good. I'm really happy with it. The resistance soldering unit has definitely earned its keep. But I'm really pleased with this. It's coming along good. So how does this all fit together? First, I take the bottom here. Locks down on there like that. Get a little zoomed out. Oh, wrong way. And then the body would fit over like this. Locks in there. It's pretty gaudy looking, but remember this is going to get all covered with body panels later. And then this little bit right here, this is what I left in there of the old transfer case. It looks sloppy in there. I think I'm going to cut that out and then just remake that out of brass. I mean, you might as well, right? We did all the rest of this. We might as well do the other parts. And then we'll need to create, there's 2 braces that go under the cab. And then I think that is it for the brass work for the frame. I do need to take some putty because there's some work that needs to go into it with transitioning all this together. So there's a little bit of grinding and putty work that's going to happen to clean that up and make it look a little bit better. And then the next step would be making the front frame. But anyways, that is it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This was really cool. I'm really glad that I decided to try to just make the whole entire frame from scratch. Getting to the point here where I might need to ask myself if I'm still going to be using donor models for builds in the future that are going to be this in depth, or if I'm going to just start trying to make models 100% from scratch. The biggest hurdle is wheels and tires. To get over this, I would need a 3D printer, which I'm not going to get. I have enough stuff in my workshop as it is, so that I can 3D print some blanks and then cast them in rubber and have them. But somebody out there looking for a 150 scale business opportunity, start making 150 scale wheels and tires and tracks, because we need them. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked the episode. Short and sweet. It has been a fun summer, I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing a lot of mountain biking and surfing, camping, and backpacking, and getting outside and enjoying the outdoors, because my job has been kicking my butt. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more content for the next episode. You guys take care, and I'll see you later.